Hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is Reality with DVD. How you doing? And a mother win. Now, this is gonna be my episode recap of Love and Marriage DC. I don't have nothing good to say about this episode, so we're gonna get right on into it. But before I get into it, I'm gonna give you some behind the scenes tea and some commentary. Now I'm breathing hard because I'm stuffy. Allergist child. If you don't know about the sip, then you don't know about the sip. I'm trying to tell you. We go through so October and November is the only places that we have certain weather. Everything before and after, we're going to experience all seasons in the same month. But you know what? About March, while even though we experience summer, winter, fall, and spring within the month of March, the pollen say, bitch, no, we coming anyway. I don't care if it's summer. I don't care if it's fall. We gonna do our thing. So that's why I'm stuffy. Okay, that's neither here nor there. But like I said, I don't have anything good to say about this episode. The show is terrible. And I don't mean that the show is terrible because of the activity. They have great activity, great ideas. The show is terrible because of the people. And I hate to say that because I love this show. Now, okay, I'm not going to lie. I never, ever, ever, ever liked Monique, okay? Well, I take that back. Monique, I liked prior to her deciding to ice out Candace in season 5 and then beating her ass. But I love a good comeback story. So, even with all that said, and I was Team Candace, when Monique got the show Love and Marriage DC, I was like, yeah, because she gonna get her little redemption, okay? So, and I love a good redemption story. I don't care who it is by. You know, if I feel like somebody has been ganged up on, I'm with it. Same thing, you know. Melody is a glowing example of a redemption story, right? Nene almost got her redemption, even though I've never been Team Nene. I always want you to know that the door is closed when people say she needs to go back to Real Housewives of Atlanta. But this most recent incident with Portia trying to stop her bag over there on the Upshot, no ma'am. No ma'am. That being said, I was Team Love and Marriage DC no matter what. And even when Monique left the show and it took them so long to come back for season 3, I still was Team Love and Marriage DC. Go back and look at my tweets. If you don't believe me, QT is my Twitter handle. That's it. Just QT. QUITIE. Well, it's QT and the number 2. That's it. QT2. Go back and look at my tweet. I was championing for the show to come back. And then I have a Love and Marriage playlist. And at that time, I wasn't recapping shows. So I wasn't recapping this show yet because it hadn't come back. But when I started doing recaps, when I first started my recap journey, I always said that I was going to recap this show. So you can look back at that as well. I mean, that's going to be in Love and Marriage Huntsville when I was begging Carlos King to bring the show back. This foolishness that they have going on this show is just the worst thing I probably ever seen. Straight up, full of fucking niggotry. Shout out to Rocks. Every time I go on Twitter, every time I turn on the show, just straight drama. What the hell was they thinking? Who edited this mess? Because according to Sharella and Ashley, the show was actually, they had fun times on the show. Did they edit the show for this second part thinking that this will bring in more viewers to have all this division amongst the cast? I have never have been so excited about a show and then so disappointed in a show since I started recapping. And I'm young recap, so I only started recapping it in the month of August. But this cast, I thought that I thought that Real Housewives of Potomac was getting on my damn nerves. They have division with colorism. That is not this show's problem. They have a fully divided cast. Just the most ridiculous stuff. You're not on my side. You're not talking to her. You're not having a conversation. Damn. What are y'all 10? Childish. And I'm telling you, you are turning off even the most loyal to you, which is me. I know I am. You turning us off from this show. But anyway, let's get on into the episode. I don't have much to say about this episode at all. I just had to go on my rant because it's just a mess. And then, from my understanding, Winter is leaving, which is one of my actual favorite cast members. Because of course, you know how I tell y'all the time, I don't like gang up. So, them ganging up on her, it made her a favor, man. And now this show is going to fail. I see it. All because it was disorganized, and Carlos, and I'm going to put it on Carlos right here, did not give this show the attention that it deserved during this hiatus. Foolishness. Okay. Whatever. All right. We'll go ahead and get into the episode. So this is season 3, episode 7, Ashley's Silver Lining. I like that name. I like that. And then it has a question mark behind it, though. A mess. Now, we still in that damn lodge. Still arguing about the Silva'S and the Petties. So, Terry is still at the cabin. And Terry is, understanding where they are coming from, dealing with Joy's ass. So Black is pleading his case still. I just want you all to see. I want you to understand what I'm dealing with her. I still don't really know what the problem is. I still don't really know what I ever did to her. We were getting along. I saw Really B's. Shout out to Really B. I saw her interview with Black. And Black, why do I want to call him Black? Because Ross called him Black. But anyway, I saw the interview with Black and Sherelle. And basically they were saying, Joy is not open. And in all the interviews I've ever seen Joy in, I'm still the fuck lost. I'm still lost on what her issue is with this man. I am. So in Confession, Joy's like, I don't know you. I don't know this person you are. When I knew you, you're not the person who you claiming to be. And then, I think it was a setup all along to get you here. No, motherfucker, it was not a setup to get you here. No. None of that. The trip wasn't about you. The trip was about the couples. See, this is why I don't, the Petties. Then you have Winter, and she's telling, Black, I hear a man that's essentially fighting for his character. And that's how I feel about that. Now, I agree with Winter there. But then Winter goes and agrees with Ashley. See, this is why it's so confusing recapping this show, because you don't really, basically, honestly, you don't really know whose side to be on. Now, I don't take sides because I try to give my unbiased opinion. But sometimes I can pinpoint, who is literally right and wrong in this. And with the exception of Black and Joy, everything else is just a hodgepodge of bullshit. So as usual, Joy leaves. She can't take it anymore. And we all thank Winter for at least listening to Black's side of the story. But for some reason, Yusha is not feeling Black right now. He's just like, you're going to have to understand where Joy is coming from. And I think this is the beginning of the cracks between he and Winter, because I don't see Joy's point. not in this particular instance. I don't see Joy's point. I see a man that is like willing to be cordial with her ass. So we on the next morning and everybody's down for breakfast, and here comes Jamie and I'm right in there, and then Sunday's finest, and everybody's talking about like, how in the hell? What in the hell? Why in the hell? Why does she have on a fur vest for breakfast? Hey, that's Lorena. She's a fashion queen. There's nothing wrong with that. Women like her, I admire her, but baby, I cannot put in that type of effort just to look good consistently. Never see your man dressed down. And in those times when your man see you dressed down, for me, that's when I know you love me for me. When you see me looking a hot damn mess, if I'm sick and if I'm sick, I'm not trying to put on furs to come downstairs. If just to be in front. I had one of my ex-boyfriend's mother was like that. It didn't matter how she felt. She was going to put on her makeup, take out her rollers, just so her man could see her looking good. And have on her makeup done. Knew what time he was going to get up on schedule to have herself looking good before he went to work. But he was still cheating on. So what's the purpose? Anyway, like I said. So here go the messiness and the childishness. Where y'all going? Oh, we not eating here. We're going to check on the pets. Oh, they checking on the pets. They checking on their besties now, honey. The fuck? They gonna go. They gonna go wherever they are. See, Ashley. See, this is why people be dragging down to the Twitter. Shit like this right here. Letting you know that is very immature. Them folks is grown. If they want to go check on the petty petties, let them go check on the petty petty. And here go DJ Kit Kat with his sarcasm. Well, that's they besties. Let them go check on them. The fuck? Ain't nobody said Joy and Cliff were their besties. They said they were wanting to check on them to make sure they were good. They did have a bad night. Yes, Tara went in hot on Joy. But, like I said in my previous recap, she went in hot on her had everyone not invited. Because we got to pinpoint the person who invited her as well. So Arana is being apologetic to Joy because she's letting her know that she really did not tell her what was going on amongst the group. She just said she gave her a brief synopsis. And that may be true. Tara's intuitive. If she really is intuitive and she perceptive as she, claims to be, she might have been picking up on Joy's energy, period. But Joy doesn't think that. She thinks that she was told something by the group. Like I said, if she really is good at her job, she could have just picked up on her energy. Hell, I did. So in simultaneous scenes, we have the Petties and we have the rest of the group. We have Petties and the Tyler. Then we have the Duncans and Silva'S and Yusha and Winter. And in these simultaneous scenes, they're both saying the same thing, but in different ways. Black is feeling like he was ganged up on because he still don't know what the hell, and neither does the audience, by the way, is going on with Joy, why she didn't want to have a conversation. And then we have the Petties. They feel like they're ganging up on because Tara targeted them. And, Cliff is saying that he don't like to be surprised. I don't think they were surprised. I think, like Tara said, now that we look back at the, montage, we see Tara saying that she always picks up on the energy of the person who needs her healing the most. She said coincidentally, it's the person sitting right next to me. And the person that was sitting right next to her just happened to be Joy. And at that time, that's when Yusha steps in, says that he could feel Joy, and she wasn't ready to have that conversation at this time. And this is when everything goes to the left with Simply Winter and Mr. Yusha. So I guess Sharella fell out with Yusha at this time too, because she was like, you should have went with the Twilight's. But only thing he's saying is that she felt like she was being ganged up on and she wasn't expecting that. And then that's when Winter told Black, I've never heard you speak. I've never heard your side. I've only heard Sharella and Joy's side. And then back with Joy, remember they in simultaneous scenes now. Joy saying, oh, I did not come into this group for this. He was lying. He was lying. I don't know you. We've never been friends like that. He's sitting there lying, talking about we were friends. He didn't say that y'all were friends. He said that he knows you. He didn't say he knew you. This gets on my nerves with reality show. Just like when I came on the scene and I said that I knew Tamara Sharif from Bell Collective. I do know Tamara Sharif from Bell Collective. We were in our master's classes together. Like I said, we've done projects together. But, and we've hung out. But do I know her like intimately now? No. I don't. We've never hung around. We haven't hung around each other since 2003. So, but at the same time, I still can say I know of Tampa. And it's the same thing with Black. He might not know you intimately as the person you are today, but he has known you in a way where he could speak to your relationship at that time. It's not fair that you're able to speak to your relationship at that time, and he says, and you say, no, he didn't know me then. If you work with somebody in a band, and you sing in that band, and you book shows together, he knows you, fool. And so basically what Winter is saying is that Joy is indefensible. I disagree. I disagree with her, basically saying that to Yusha, when to me it seemed like, unlike any of the rest of y'all on the episode, Yusha was trying to keep the peace. So Joy is saying, in the simultaneous thing, she don't know him. But at the same time, she's saying, well, he will say and do whatever he needs to do to protect the image that he wants to portray on this show. The point is, Joy, in order to know that about a person, you still have to know something about them. If you don't know this person, then you wouldn't have any idea on how to speak to any part of his character. So even though you are speaking negatively of his character, you know that part of him. You know he's the type of person that's going to protect his image. How would you know that if you don't know him? It's foolishness. Now, Joy's over there on her side of the building where they eating dinner outside of the group. It's amazing what's going on. I mean, we're so childish. Man, I know you. See how I'm saying I know her? I don't know if I had ever laid my eyes on her, but I'm saying from this show and Ready to Love, I know you. And I know how she was with the group of women on that show. And with a personality like Ashley, they could have gotten along, but Ashley, where you went wrong is, and I say this to, this show goes off the air, and I'm reviewing it, is that you were wrong for telling the business. Yes, you took some accountability for it, but at the same time, you thought that she should skip through the tulips with you after you had betrayed her trust. No, that's not how any of this works. So Arena is upset. She's crying, and then because Joy is crying, and notice I said crying at crying, and she must have felt some type of way. I'm just saying. She agrees to have a conversation with Ashley. This is another place where things gone. turn into foolishness, more foolishness. So more cracks into the winter Yusha situation, because Yusha is like, you know, accept her pain, accept what she's dealing with. Black don't, according to Black, he don't know what her pain is. He don't know what she's dealing with. He don't understand the situation. He still don't understand it, according to him, from this most recent interview with Really Big. So, DJ Kit Kat, he's like, you know, understand her pain, understand what she's dealing with, but Winter's not feeling what you dropping down. There's a man who's been married for almost 20 years, you know, that's not where she is with this. That's not where Winter is with this. And this is another thing. Here's that I want you on my side no matter what. You can agree or to disagree with someone and never have that person on your side. And not have any, just having a misdirected meaning of the mind. He's over here. He's feeling what Joy's putting down. And everybody else, which is Black, Sherella, DJ Kit Kat, and Ashley are feeling what Black is putting down. And Yusha. It's not. So what? It's not a big deal, in my opinion. So at this point, Winter lets them know they finally kind of squash things, and she's ready to, you know, get on with the activity of the festivities for the day. The men will be getting facials and the women will get pedicures. Okay, it's relaxation time, allegedly. But Arena comes back. So, you know, they go back to the house. Joy comes, and I don't remember seeing Cliff at all in the scene. I don't think he came back with her. I think Joy came by herself. And so she's sitting out in the car. Arena and Ashley are talking. Arena starts to cry. She's like, I want y'all to have a conversation. And Arena does something that I don't agree with either. She goes downstairs and go get her man and Patty. And Ashley can't agree to talk to Joy without talking to Kit Kat first. And poor Joy is sitting out in the damn car. I can't make this stuff up. I cannot make this stuff up. So Jamie's with the fellas while Ashley and Rain are talking. He's like, you know, I'm just tired of being in the middle. And he said he's not team anybody. So here's Kit Kat with his peacock chest sticking out and his feathers up, right? Because contrary to popular belief, peacocks don't let up their pretty feathers just to be friendly. That's a warning. Then they let them down, flap, flap, flap. You know, let them back up, it's a warning. Normally they fighting other peacocks over some peacock. Female cock, if you will. Do you get all the puns that I'm throwing out at you? You have to know. You have to think like I think, okay? So he got his peacock feathers up, and he's letting him know what kind of man he is, and he don't have to feel like he has to have a conversation with Cliff. Now, Jamie is saying, we all know how Ashley rolls. And anything Cliff had said to her in the moment, it was going to go left. So we still talking about the confrontation between Ashley and Cliff. Why? See, that's why, you know, I probably would be into it with everybody too, like you should, because I see this person's side, I see that person's side, I see that person's side, and I definitely see Cliff's side, because I definitely don't think that he was threatening her. Period. ... dash. And the peacock feather. You know, like he can... Peacock, man, you know doggone well. I told Ashley, you know your little man got that Napoleon complex, girl. You know. Now, don't get that man hurt. Like I said, Miss Tiffany over there on Love and Marriage Huntsville going to end up getting Big Luke hurt. Because, you know, those Marshmallow Cheese Puff and Marshanda, they going to fight together. They still double team people like they were in high school. So, same thing here. I'm not saying that Big Lou couldn't handle them one-on-one, because I don't think Big Lou was scared of any of them. But, him and Martell are frats, so he was trying to, kind of keep the peace amongst the males. But, of course, Mashonda, he's also a male peacock, so he had to stretch out his feathers, too. Let him know that his wife was Karen. And that's exactly what, basically, Jamie is trying to get Kit Kat to see. Your woman gets into it with men, here you come, and then you have to defend her even in her wrong, and you should all the time. That was just wrong to have Joy sitting out in that car for 35 minutes just for Kit Kat and Ashley to agree that they were gonna still be petty. Literally. And said, oh no, we're not gonna have a conversation. And she said, see, this is the shit I'm talking about. At this point, she's like, I'm done. And it shouldn't be Joy making all the effort anyway. Raina was able to talk her into putting forth the effort. And they all, including Raina, leave that lady sitting out in the car for 35 minutes. Foolishness. You think I would have sat out there for 35 minutes? I said, oh, she must not want to talk. It would have took but a good 2.5 for me to have that little black Armani turn right around and take me back down to the Red Roof Inn Lodge over there across town, 20 minutes away. And I said what I said. And she was unprotected. Because had Ashley and Joy gotten into it, Kit Kat, he seemed like the type of person who's going to step in. And Joy was alone. But nobody was on her side. Maybe Jamie would have stepped in, split them up. But Kit Kat, he seemed like the type of person that'll jump on a woman for his woman. Foolishness. Because you could tell when they were all riding Winter on that first reunion, right? He was pretty riled up with Winter. But no, they friends now, so we can just eliminate that. But I just want to remind you how Kit Kat can be and how he could have been with Joy in this situation. So finally, we headed back to DC, and Raina and Jamie is like, what the hell? This is foolishness. We have all these people in the mix, and some mess that happened between Joy, common denominator, and Ashley, and Joy, and Blake. And nobody has resolved anything. Now they gonna pray about it, which they really ain't. When people say they gonna pray about it, ask them how many times they have really prayed about it. Did you really pray about it? No, you didn't really pray about it. That's why I don't accept people's prayers. You go on with it. But it's rather packing everything, and it's like, he said everything that you said about me. He said that in flashback to Joy. It wasn't true. She said it was true under her breath. But let's go back to the interview between Really B and the Blacks. And he was like, yeah, she's telling her truth, but I never did get to tell mine. And they talk about how literally because of Joy and Clifton that a lot of their scenes is cut out. And this right here is the most irritating thing that I heard. And I don't know if Carlos was acquiescing to them, or was the production team there that was acquiescing to them. But some of the things that the Duncans revealed should have been shown on the show. Another video, another scene, cut out scenes, whatever. It should have been shown. And they are saying that they literally had a full couples contract. And it's making it seem like they were friends on the show. Yes, they said they had a full couples contract where they were invited as another couple to be on the show, which they should have been because they way more interested in Joy and Cliff. I'm just keeping it 100 with you, in my opinion. So the sexless couple, Yusha and Winter, they go back to DC with tension. And, they're talking just small talk. And then in confession, Winter says she's going to reevaluate their relationship. Now, we know this relationship is split up and they have gone their separate ways, and Winter is with a whole nother dude. And again, to reiterate, leaving the show. And see, the thing about it, he didn't technically side with Joy in front of Winter. He sided with her behind the fact. But she got reservations now, and he don't. He's like ready to move on because he didn't see himself as like really intervening. He just saw himself looking at Joy's perspective, which, as adults, they all should have done. So Jamie meets with his friend from the forest, and this is what Jamie needs. This is what Jamie needs a lot of. He needs a lot of rebuilding after being in such an emotional job. And I understand rebuilding after being in an emotional job where you see the freaking most, because he said he was talking about homicide. I just don't know how much being a field social worker is just one step below working that job that he was working. Because he's like, sometimes, he always dreamed about things like his GUN not working. He had something to protect him. Unless we had law enforcement with us as field workers, sometimes we would go into situations blindly. I can clearly remember a situation where I went into a home and it was like I had went into wrong turn. And it was a neighborhood that I had been into many, many times. But because this house was just on that same road, but back further into the woods, we live in a rural area. I'm from Mississippi. So it was like back off into the woods in a very rural area. And it was just the right amount of space for a racist to build everything they needed to build off of the beaten path. And when I tell you, I walked into that home, no one was there. They were all outside, door open, walk right up the step, walk right into the house. I'm seeing it so vividly in my mind, walking around in the house, doing what we do and when we're expecting. I'm thinking no one is there. And the family was literally around me. You know what I'm saying? Caucasian people in overalls. And if you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. Confederate flags all around the house. Okay? Yeah. And I called my supervisor. I was like, I'm in a bad situation at this point. I'm going to need you to bring in law enforcement to assist me. However, still, law enforcement at least 10, 15 minutes away. I'm still in that home alone. So I can definitely understand, being in situations where it's life or death. Jay is very compassionate with him. He lets him know you can't work in a field like that and not, get emotional. And he said, I'm seeing this from my son, from what all the things that I have seen on the streets, that my son, I don't want my son dead or in jail. And so I feel the same way, about my nephew. He's out there in that life. And so when you see that in other people, you can't help but to feel compassion for that situation. And of course, Jamie is a little klutzy, so he knocked down his chair. He about to sit down in the chair and didn't even realize he had knocked it down. He didn't hear the chair fall. Just like when he fell his ass down the stairs. He asked him about his mustache. He said it was getting a little gray, so it was time to cut everything down. Is that what happened to Jalen Hurts? And we've been riding Jalen Hurts for all this time. Was he trying to just look a little bit younger by cutting his mustache and his goatee because it was getting gray and he didn't want to look have that old man hair on his chin? I don't know. But, now Jalen, you look younger with the mustache and goatee. I mean, maybe it was like a situation where maybe you didn't have nothing but eyebrows on you. The eyebrows did not match the face. That's another problem. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That just reminded me of that. He said little Jamie went down the wrong path, even though they had taught him right from wrong. Same thing with my nephew. A lot of people say church saves you and church is what's gonna keep young men out the street. Hell, did you see BMF? Do y'all watch BMF? Did y'all see Big Meech? Did y'all see him in church every Sunday down there with Lucille? Child, that don't mean a damn thing. Church ain't gonna keep these niggas out the street, right? I really don't know what the answer is there. You could teach any child right from wrong and they still go down the wrong path. And that's why I don't understand when these children go down the wrong path like that, they blame the parent. Well, you should have had them in church. Yeah, should have whooped their ass. Children, they get their ass whooped and then in church, they still go down the wrong path. So it ain't no real answer once an individual gets off from under your wing and becomes that individual that they are destined to be. That's how I see it. That's just my opinion. Jamie, in this moment, he cries. And like I've said before, I've seen men sit at their mother's, father's funeral and not shed a tear. Can you imagine bottling that all up inside of you just to say that you're a man? And even though Jamie is definitely a man's man, to see him vulnerable enough to cry on TV, that is admirable. Because to me, when you bottle up your emotion, to me, that's a sign of weakness. It is. Straight up foolishness. Episode ends with Jamie deciding and understanding that he has anger issues. Oh, yeah. Okay. And he doesn't know how to handle his pain when he's around his family. Sometimes he might get into a situation where he takes it out on them. He does not want to do that. And he is accepting of the counseling because, in that field, he became desensitized. And then, his buddy's like, yeah, I agree. That's the path that you need to take. And he admitted that he had been talking to somebody, that was already assigned to him, post-retirement. And that, my friends, is the end of that episode. I hope you got something out of this. I brought it to you real and raw as I do. And as I do when I close, I'm going to chunk them up. Deuces. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell button so you can be notified when I update a video. Upload a video, I meant to say. Like I said, I'm stuffy. But anyway, it messes with your brain. But anyway, again, like, comment, and subscribe. His notification bell so you can be notified when I upload a video. And I just want to say one thing on this episode. I don't even know how to rate it because I wasn't entertained at all, but I can't say that I was entertained. I said I wasn't entertained. It wasn't entertaining. But it wasn't, one of those things where it was, I don't know. I don't know how to say it. I mean, it wasn't a bad episode. Just wasn't. Okay. But if it is me, I'm just going to leave it at that. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.